Hey, it's Christina Minyagi with John L. Scott Real Estate here in Walla Walla, Washington, and today I want to tell you a story about a house I once helped someone sell. So this house was vacant and it was old, and we had it listed. Now this was back when the market was, I don't want to use the word stagnant, but it almost was. Like, houses were on the market for months. If you got a house under contract within 2 weeks, you were doing your happy dance and we're super excited. So this house I put it on the market and it didn't sell and it didn't sell. And I would go in because it was vacant and check on it occasionally. Well, then winter came and we were like, let's just take it off the market for the winter. And so I stopped checking on the house. Well, when I stopped checking on that house and winter came, and it was one of those Walla Walla winters where like we got 5 feet of snow in a 24-hour period. You know the ones I'm talking about. And I get a call from my client and he's like, Christina, I think something happened at the house. And I was like, what makes you think that? He's like, well, he goes, one of the neighbors got in touch with me and said that there was water everywhere. And I was like, oh no. So he's out of town, I'm here in town. So I go over and check on the house, and the entire basement is completely flooded. The kitchen completely flooded. Because when I took the listing off the market, it was still temperate weather. There was no ice, there was no freezing cold. And so there was nothing to do to winterize this house and get it ready for winter. Now, I didn't know he had renters in there at one point, so I thought he would put renters back in over the winter or for the next year, and then we would try and sell it again. Well, he did not do that. So there wasn't any heat on in the house. There was a very cold snap. And when it started to warm up again, those pipes burst inside the house. So if you have a house vacant in Walla Walla over the winter time and you do not plan to sell it, here are some steps to take to avoid the flooding of your house and having to hire a contractor to come in and redo the whole thing. First, leave some heat on. It doesn't have to be 72 degrees, but leave enough heat on that your house stays warm-ish. Now, the other thing that people sometimes do, if you don't want to leave your furnace system running the entire winter long, is they will open up the kitchen, the cabinets under the sink, and they'll put a space heater right in front of those, and they'll leave a little dripping going on in the faucet so that there's always water running through the pipes. Because that's another thing that happens if you are not running water continually in your plumbing, that can also cause the pipes to burst. So you can leave a little bit of water running all winter long. You can put a space heater in there, or as my brother the plumber is apt to do, when he goes out of town, whether it's summer, winter, fall, or spring, he shuts the water off to his house. There's no water going through his pipes. He makes sure that he flushes out all the sinks and all the toilets, and then he turns the water off for the amount of time that they're going to be gone, because he's not taking any chances on his pipes bursting. Now, the next thing that you're going to want to do that's not related to plumbing or your pipes to get your house ready for winter is you're going to want to make sure that all your doors are closed, your windows are sealed, and you may want to consider having a roofer go over and make sure that there aren't any leaks in your roof. Because again, if we get a lot of snow or we get a lot of rain and you've got leaks in your roof, those will come down through the ceiling, you'll have water damage, and that can turn into much bigger issues if not caught right away, which will happen typically in a house that sits vacant over the winter. Ultimately, there's nothing that's 100% winterproofing your house. But if you do some of these few simple steps, You can protect yourself from having to pay out the nose for repairs on a home that was perfectly fine before winter hit. If you have any suggestions about what you would do to winterproof your vacant house over the winter, put them in the comments below. I'd love to hear your suggestions.